The Confederation War Council chamber fell silent as the human delegate entered. Ambassador Sarah Chen walked with measured steps, her mismatched armor catching the harsh overhead lights. Plates of dulled metal hung asymmetrically across her frame, some sections obviously repaired with crude welding, while others were held together by what appeared to be simple bolts. The Vrayan delegation erupted first. Their chittering laughter echoed off the crystalline walls, mandibles clicking in amusement. Commander Zethar, the decorated hero of the Andromeda campaign, leaned toward his aide. "Look at this. The humans send us a beggar in scrap metal." Even the normally stoic Keelians permitted themselves subtle head tilts of confusion. Their representative, high executive Vin, studied the human with multifaceted eyes that reflected a spectrum of bewilderment. Sarah stopped at the center of the circular chamber, surrounded by the 11 species that comprised the Confederation military command. She did not flinch. She did not apologize. She simply waited. Ambassador Zethar began, his translator rendering his words with dripping condescension. "We summoned you here to discuss humanity's request for an extended relief period. Your forces have been underperforming, and now you appear before this council dressed like a salvage worker. Where is your dignity, your honor?" Sarah's expression remained neutral. "My armor tells a story, Commander. Would you like to hear it?" "We have no time for human sentimentality." Zethar waved a clawed appendage dismissively. "Your species has been granted membership in this confederation, given access to our technology, our weapons, our tactical databases. Yet in every engagement against the Devourers, your soldiers fall back, your ships retreat. And you dare come here seeking mercy?" "Not mercy," Sarah said quietly. "Understanding." The Vraxian commander stood, his exoskeleton armor gleaming with polished perfection. Each plate was inscribed with honors from 100 battles. "Understanding? I understand perfectly. Humans are weak. Your biology is fragile. Your lifespans are short. Your technology is primitive. You should never have been granted warrior status." Murmurs of agreement rippled through several delegations. Sarah reached up and removed the chest plate of her armor. The metal was scarred, burned in places, with a distinctive crest still visible despite the damage. A crest that several in the chamber recognized immediately. The Selthran executive's voice cut through the whispers. "That marking. That is Commander Zethar's personal sigil." All eyes turned to the Vraxian commander, whose mandibles had frozen mid-gesture. Sarah's voice carried clearly through the chamber. 17 months ago, the Devourer fleet ambushed your strike force in the Helios sector. You were outnumbered 8-1. Your shields failed. Your ship was breached. The Confederation fleet was 6 hours away. Zethar's claws curled inward, but he said nothing. The human vessel Indomitable Spirit was the only ship in range. Sarah continued. Captain Marcus Webb had 43 crew members. He was transporting medical supplies, not weapons. He had orders to retreat if he encountered Devourer forces. She held up the breastplate so the light caught every scar and burn mark. Captain Webb did not retreat. He positioned his unarmed vessel between your flagship and the Devourer swarm. For 47 minutes, his ship absorbed fire meant for you. His crew used emergency thruster packs to physically push Devourer boarding pods away from your hull breaches. The chamber had gone utterly silent. When the Confederation fleet finally arrived, they found Captain Webb's ship in pieces. They found 38 human bodies floating in space, still clutching tools and makeshift weapons. They found 5 humans still alive, still fighting inside your ship's corridors, defending Vraxian wounded they had pulled from collapsed sections. Sarah placed the breastplate on the central holographic display table. Captain Webb was my brother. This is a piece of his captain's chair, the only thing I could recover. I melted it down, reshaped it, and made it into armor. She gestured to the other mismatched plates covering her body. This shoulder guard is from Sergeant Lisa Kawamoto's ship. She held a breach single-handedly for 18 minutes so Caltherian civilians could evacuate. This leg plate is from the Defiant Hope, which rammed a Devourer cruiser to save a Xinthian colony world. Every piece of my armor is made from the wreckage of human vessels that died protecting Confederation citizens. Commander Zether's translator had gone silent. When he finally spoke, his voice emerged without mechanical interpretation, raw and untranslated. The chamber's AI provided subtitles. I remember humans dragging my crew to safety. I remember a human female placing her own body over mine when a bulkhead exploded. Sarah looked directly at him. You remember humans dying so you could live. The chamber remained silent. Sarah continued. We don't retreat because we're weak, Commander. We retreat because we've learned that sometimes survival requires us to fall back, regroup, and choose when to make our stand. She stood straighter, her broken armor suddenly looking like exactly what it was. A memorial, a promise, a challenge. But when that moment comes, when someone needs to hold the line, when someone needs to buy time for others to escape, when someone needs to fly into certain death to save strangers. She paused. Humans don't run. The Caltherian executive stood first, followed by the Zenthian ambassador. One by one, every delegation in the chamber rose to their feet, using their appendages or levitation fields. Commander Zether approached Sarah slowly. He removed his own chest plate, pristine, perfect, decorated with honors. He placed it at her feet. I am the one who should wear broken armor, he said, for I have been broken by pride, and you have shown me what true strength looks like. Sarah met his eyes. Keep your armor, Commander. Just remember what it cost to keep it shining. The Confederation granted humanity's request that day. But more importantly, they finally understood what it meant to fight alongside humans. A species that measured victory not in territory gained or enemies destroyed, but in allies saved and strangers defended. The armor Sarah wore became famous across the Confederation, not as a symbol of defeat, but as a reminder. The fiercest warriors aren't always the ones who never break. Sometimes they're the ones who break and break again, and still stand between danger and those who cannot stand at all. That is what makes humans terrifying. That is what makes them invaluable. That is why, when the galaxy faces its darkest hour, it calls upon those who wear broken armor with pride.